favorite rapper that get you hyped for a game? What's in the headphones?
You really want to know?
Yeah.
Hey, Kenneth Brothers in my head.
Man, what I'm talking about, man.
Shout out
Hellcat,
to KB.
man.
Shout out to KB. KB everything.
Gotta get him on the podcast.
KB everything before games. I kid you no lie.
That's
if you follow me on IG, my one of my songs is Night Show. That's playing. KB is always gonna run before the game.
Bro, like, so if you go back and look at like a lot of my videos on YouTube before the video start, is Kenneth brother in the intro.
Man, what's poppin'? Y'all already know, man. It's KB. Y'all watching the Fan View podcast. You heard?
Another episode of the Fan View podcast, man. G-Sportz back at it again. I got a special guest in the building today for the Fan View podcast, Brian Anderson, a.k.a. Kenneth, brother. If you don't know, get with the program, man. One of the hottest, if not the hottest rapper, in the state of Louisiana, and especially in the New Orleans area. I know all Mardi Gras, I heard nothing but Kenneth brother songs everywhere I was walking on the parade road.
Brag on throwing they life away like that shit cool or something. We been in the stew like every day, that bitch a school or something. Double SL from Key was super cool, but I got cooler coming. Yeah, can't complain, I'm kosher. Still remember J-Man pulled up on me in that road. I got that flow like a drain. Can't let up, I got my foot on niggas' chest like a stain. They say KB bring that pain. Yeah, I bring what I'm feeling.
I'm saying, so I know they gotta be a good feeling, man. Appreciate you joining me, dog. I know you're busy. And this a long time coming, dog.
Yeah, I already know, man. It's overdue. I've been told y'all was coming through on here, man. I'm glad we finally got a chance to lock that in.
No doubt.
They was supposed to have, you know what I'm saying?
No doubt. I've been following you, Brian, since you played football at Coe. Hell of a football player. Did your thing, man. Was able to win a state championship at Coe for the first time since 1993. You in that class with Speedy and you boys.
Yeah.
Y'all kind of started that process of what Bryce I'm doing now, carrying that legacy on and adding state championships and always being in the dome. And a lot of people don't know, that's part of your background. Then you went on to Southern, started every game your freshman year, had a couple pick sixes.
Yeah.
But then you left the football alone and pursued your rap career, dog. Man, just talk about from middle school to high school to college and where you at now and how you are where you at today.
All right. But middle school kind of started everything with football, like on a serious note for me. Bryce, shout out B. Bryce was actually the disciplinarian at my middle school,
right?
32. He actually recruited a couple of us from McDonald 32. Now that we touching that school, but yeah, Bryce pretty much let us know and made it clear to us that Coe was the school for a lot of us, and that was a lot of our best options. So rode us over there. We got the car and seen it was like a totally different. Like it was. We expected it to be something, but it was like when you expect something and just oversee expectations like from day one. The work ethic.
Was you considering any other high school besides Coe?
Nah. I ain't gonna lie. Bryce had it to where like, it was either Carl Walker for me because I'm Elgin. It was either one of them. But like once we got to 32 and met Bryce, it was over with for the rest of the schools. So it was always Coe for me. But getting the car, meeting them coaches, the players, that whole car experience just was. Something I needed.
And Coach Jaluk was there when you first got there?
Yeah, Jaluk was the head coach. Bryce was
the OC?
Yeah, OC and over the weight room and shit, you know what I'm saying? But getting the car, man, that's, it molded Eric, like you say how Young did, just molded a lot of us and it built a lot of character and discipline. All that shit was in play at car. Like, it was big on those things, you know what I'm saying?
Pride.
Definitely pride. Like, we still, like, everybody I went to school for still prideful, but yeah, man, I never knew, like, I played around like some stars.
Real talk.
Like stars, I had Noel, G, LC, Speedy, I'm saying? Like, That's just
Glen
the
Hines.
but I played against with some stars, so I ain't never really was like, oh, I'm going to the, NFL.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, so me getting a scholarship to Southern, I was like, shit. Me and Bryce had to talk. Bryce was like, shit, fuck with it. Like, You know what I mean? They gonna pay for you to go to school and shit. So that was the main thing for me. They paid for me to go to school. Football was extra at first, but like you said, going to Carter, shit was just different. So getting to Southern, everything was like slowed down for me based off what we was already doing in high school. You know what I mean? Like shit was so slow and it was so easy for me to adapt. You know what I mean?
Because y'all run things like a college program at that color.
Exactly. That's what I mean by slowing it down. We already doing college things, so it was just routine. So I over-exceeded a lot of coaches at Southern expectations early, just off what I'm knowing fresh out of high school. So can't really put me in position, you know what I mean, even enjoy, get that scholarship and enjoy that whole experience, you know what I'm saying?
So when did the rapping start? When was it when you started saying to yourself, man, I'm pretty good at this. I'm nice.
The rapping actually started my second half of, like after our last championship. We lost to East Jeff that year. Lost Kenneth that night. That was the whole name Kenneth brother come from. Like you said, a lot of people, if you know me from the football world, they know B, they know Brian, but a lot of these new people, they, you know what I mean, it's Kenneth. What's up, Kenneth? What's up, Kid? Like they, you can't argue them down that my name not Kenneth. Like if they don't really know, you know what I'm saying? So once Kenneth passed, you know what I'm saying, I did like, you know what I mean, did a few songs. I still wasn't really into it. Like football still had my heart, but the moment I knew it was like kind of time when I started getting paid for like features and shows and little shows in New Orleans and shit, and it became a conflict. You know how football is.
Yeah, it's demanded. It's like a job.
Right. So and on the college level it's even more serious. Like we was on a tight schedule at Cut. Like don't get me wrong. Like it was like round the year workouts. You know what I'm saying? After the championship, we got like 2 weeks and we back at it. You know what I'm saying? Same with college, and they paying for you to go to school, so it's way more demand. I need you here, I need you here, I need you here. So
study hall and all that.
Exactly. Yeah. So once and I'm broke though, like you know what I'm saying? But like it's like you waiting on like refunds or whatever the case may be in this Southern. Don't get me wrong, it ain't like no big school where you get on the side or whatever the case may be. We had Southern, we in the trenches for real. So I'm getting paid for at least I got ways to make money outside of this. And you mean to tell me I gotta, you know what I mean? And I'm already in my head like I don't see me going to the league.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You was being realistic with yourself.
You feel me? That's what that reality check kicked in. Like, man, I could be starting to pursue some shit I see me doing, whether I get this degree or not anyway, you know what I'm saying? Rather than, I mean, it wasn't even really about the degree, just once I ran across an injury too in college. Like my last year up playing ball, and I just knew Bayou class, after the Bayou class, I'm like, this is my last game.
So when you was like coming up 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, you never like was rapping, you never was that kid?
Oh, that's crazy. The first start, like the first glimpse of me like really rapping and everybody, I know everybody that was on the bus about you, everybody.
Yeah, because I remember the stories.
From coaches, football players, just like after we get a dub, back of the bus just freestyling. Like everybody was freestyling, don't get me wrong, but my teammates just noticed like I was just enjoying that shit. Like, I was really like enjoying that shit. You could tell like I was really like into it, but still like never thought of nothing of like, I'm about to start rapping. Like that whole like, I kid you not, that whole thought and that whole like rap game plan portfolio started literally after the loss of Kenneth.
Cause that's crazy, bro, cause when you I listen to a lot of different podcasts, whether it's athletes or entertainers, and a lot of them say, yeah, I've been doing this since I was 7. I've been doing this since I was 8. And for you to start that late in the game and be as talented as you are, like, that's unconventional.
Yeah, I mean, that's great. Yeah, and I ain't never look at it that way. You're right, but I look at it like I used to love English class, so I feel like most people that's that like make sense music, it's gonna always make sense because like I write, like I'm not a freestyler at all. Like I don't want to go in a booth want you to pull up a beat and we just freestyle.
Right.
I'll write. Like,
Right.
I ain't going in the studio unless I got like 5, 6 songs I already wrote that I wrote on my own time. You know what I mean? Not saying I can't go in the booth, go in the studio. You pull up some shit and I'm gonna make a spit video, verse on that. But me preferably, like my projects and shit, them shits were wrote. Like, you know what I mean? Like my first couple projects, like Kenneth Brother 1, the very first project I ever made, and the only reason I made this project, because when I first started doing music, right after we record, like I was uploading. Like it was no thought, it wasn't like, oh, let's think this, I should drop this then, or like, right after I write a song or something, I was just uploading. My man's Nick, kid you not, we recording and we straight upload. He the one who told me like, you should like, you know, pile them up and do a project. Like, I mean, you doing all
because you was coming out one by one.
Yeah, just doing singles like down there every week or something.
Teasing everybody.
Feel me? And I was in the, you know what I mean? I ain't had no artist's mind, like no, you know, like no type of rap. You know what I mean? No game plan, nothing. I was just doing it, just going off emotion and feel. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was really venting at the time about losing, you know what I mean?
Did you have any rappers that inspired you when you got ready to start your rap career? That kind of like got you, all right, look, I like his style. I like the way he go about things. I'm not going to do exactly what he's doing, but I'm going to kind of mimic a little bit on how you go about rapping.
Drake. For sure. Like, Wayne my favorite rapper. I tell people all the time, Wayne my favorite rapper. And I ain't gonna lie, I was like doing hella Wayne beats in the beginning. Like,
right.
And when I say that, I always think about Norm, because every time Norm see me,
oh yeah,
this dude say your favorite song. I'm telling you, he ain't got no song better than dude say. But I was doing, like, I ain't gonna lie, I was mimicking a lot of Wayne. Like, I wanted to do a lot of Wayne songs, because the shit at the time, like, at 2014, like, 20, like Wayne was just on some crazy shit. I always been fucking with Wayne, but Wayne was just on some crazy shit. But Drake, like, I feel like Drake made more, like, make you think, and when he talk, it just like paint pictures. Yeah, the substance of Drake shit is like, give you these, like, you could see, damn near see what he's saying, and that's kind of, I was always a fan of that, and that's kind of what I want when I say this shit. Like, I want, like, on drives and rides, like nigga bumping this shit, and like really see and feel it on a different level. Like,
and I could attest to that, because I remember when you first started rapping, and I didn't listen to you at the beginning. Because I'm just be honest with you, you know, there's always somebody out there that start rapping, and I'm the type of person, I get tired of hearing everybody rap the same type of way.
Yeah.
And so I remember like being with Norman and Brennan one day. Shout out to them boys, my dudes, who just saw Easton together, and they was like, man, gee, listen to it. And they ran it. And I'm like, man, I ain't know Brian was coming like that. It was like, I told you, bro, like he not the same like these typical rappers. You know what I'm saying? And cause I'm big on like listening to something and like you say, being able to visualize what you're talking about. You know what I mean? Yeah. And, you know, like I told you one day, Through My Eyes, that's my favorite song. Through My Eyes, like I felt the pain in that song. You know what I mean? And you know, a lot of your projects that you come out with, bro, like I'll always look at it and can feel where you're coming from deep down inside. And that's what music all about, is how you make a person feel.
And that's what I want. So if you saying that from a consumer standpoint, shit, as a producer standpoint, like me making this music and like writing, as I'm writing, I'm asking myself, like, would you really listen? Like, would you feel this on like a real level? That's why it ain't like, I don't got gun bars or like, or I, you know, jumped out with the
right,
like,
with the roar.
Sure, I ain't, you know what I mean? That ain't me. Like,
right.
I wouldn't even feel comfortable going in the studio knowing I'm lying to these people. Like,
right. You gonna be true to yourself.
Exactly. Like, so it ain't even about what they think. It's about me knowing, like, that ain't true, because I don't listen to, you know what I mean? Before I even put it out, I done probably listen to it 100 times to see if it's like you know, something really feel like. I mean, I ain't really into dropping like bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I'm from Homer, dog, and I'm always bumping your shit, right? So my cousins, like my partners I grew up with, everybody, when they hear me bumping you, they like, man, who is this dude? Kenneth brother, like, who is this dude? I'll be like, man, look at me on Instagram. They'll look at me on Instagram, go follow you and stuff like that. And they'll come back a couple weeks later, be like, man, I'm on that Kenneth brother now. You know what I mean? And everybody always asks me, how you came up with the name Kenneth brother? You know, I know some of the story, you know, that's your best friend Kenny, he got killed and stuff like that. But, you know, kind of explain to everybody how you really pick your stage name.
I'm so glad you touched on it, and I'm in rhythm with telling the story, not just based off these past, like past people that just, you know, just been trying to dig into the Kenneth brother, you know, just seeing what that's about. But I was going by beat, like, you know, beat, and beat was kind of broad. Like I said, I didn't think of no rap name when I first started. Like, I didn't have it planned out like this what I was gonna be doing. So
Right.
I was still going by beat. I'm dropping shit on SoundCloud, listening to other beat. Like, and it was and my man Shaq, like Shaq Cozy. He was a writer for the Source magazine. He actually ended up doing a write-up for me. I'm not sure if this was before or after the write-up, where he called, I won't say he called me or he DM'd me. It was like, yo, B, I think you should go with the, you know, like the cadence you be doing in the song, because every song that was like, I'm forever, Kenneth brother, nigga, and I was like, and I started dropping I'm forever, and it just went to saying Kenneth brother, nigga. Like Kenneth brother, I started just, you know, it was just like something I naturally say before I rap or after, you know, after a verse, whatever. And he took notice of it, and he was like, yo, like Kenneth brother, like I think, you know, I think you should go with Kenneth brother, like, just be kind of broad and like, you know your reasons for doing it. And when he mentioned it, I actually uploaded I think I uploaded like a single or something like a little after that, and that was like the first track I uploaded with the name Kenneth brother, like, cause on SoundCloud you put like, you know, the title. Right. It was the first name I went with, Kenneth brother, before actually changing the whole profile name to Kenneth brother, and I was like, okay. You know what I mean? Then Kenneth brother slim down to KB, like I was on the track screaming KB now, like it just it's like it evolved, like if you go from the beginning when I first started making music to now, like you can really see the growth and the pain. You know, you can really see my story through the music. Like,
How receptive were you to the name Kenneth brother when you first told you that? Were you like, man, I don't know, man, I ain't feeling that stage name, or were you like, man, I'm feeling it?
I was kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? I kind of was like amazed that he, you know what I mean?
Noticed that you was,
like for him to, that's what made me respect him on another level. Okay, this man, like, you ain't even had to write me that. You really paying attention to, you know, what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, when it's come from, you know, somebody outside looking in and they into what you're doing like that, like, you gotta take heed to, you know, what you know what I'm saying, what they saying, like, you know what I mean? At least take note of it. And I actually liked it though. And I tell everybody, Shaq the reason I go by KB, Kenneth brother right now.
Right. What's some different people in the industry that you've done projects with and kind of been mentors you since you've been rapping?
Not too many mentors like on a big name level, but the first person I actually like linked up with, like outside of New Orleans, I'm gonna touch New Orleans too, but outside of New Orleans was my dog from Miami, Major 9. We actually linked up.
You did some with Nino Cabin too, huh?
Yeah. That's why I said I was about to touch in the city, but outside of New Orleans around that time, I was jamming up with Major 9 a lot. Did like Elmo's World and shit. Outside of songs we did, he was sending me beats. Like he was like one of the first, you know, like outside of New Orleans producers that was like sending beats and shit. But sending beats sending beats with a hook on it or something. He took heed to like shit that was going on in my life. Like for instance, when Tonka passed, like I mean, he sung the song with me. It's on the album Cinco. He sung with me. He had the hook on there. And it was like a heartfelt, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it hit home.
Yeah, like it hit home, like okay, for him to throw that hook on there, you know what I'm saying? It just like, you know what I mean? That's my dog. So, but as far as New Orleans, hella bands, Els, Nino Calvin, Me and Ralph 09 did some shit. This book, like, I'm at the start of my career, though. It was really like Calvin, though, like that, like before I started rapping, like Calvin was one of the names, like, in the city that was, you know, before I even, you know what I mean, knew I wanted to rap, we was bumping that shit, so.
With somebody like Ralph 09, Currency, people like that that's in the city and that.
Spitter too.
Yeah, you know.
That was recent.
What does it take for somebody of your caliber? Because just being real with you, and this ain't no disrespect to Currency or Ralph 09, I think they good at what they do. But I think you are just as good as them, or could be possibly on a higher scale than them. What does it take for a Kenneth brother to get to that level?
Shit, that's definitely the question. I just feel like I need to work probably more, you know, on the visual side, and maybe I really don't know. And I you know, like you said, we went to college, got hella pride, and I feel like that time's 10. You know, right. With anybody, that's anybody in the, like I said, I feel like I'm the only person that could give Drake a run for his money.
Right.
Like if we was to jump in the studio. So you know, if I feel like that level of confidence, what I'm feeling like out here, but. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like the right person got to hit this shit, because I'm not really. I feel like I'm off the stage to where I'm making club music and shit to where it's like turn up. Like I'm really like, and it's not on purpose shit. I'm just rapping what I feel or what I may be into at the time. You know what I mean, or however life treated me at the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm just big on being realistic and that. Like,
right.
I use this how this shit started out as a vent for me. Like this how I vent. This how I.
Your journal.
You feel me? So I plan to stick that way, and I feel like the right person or the right group of people go run across it and be like, no way this man not.
Yeah.
Like,
Cause people ask me, you know, I keep referencing this to where I'm from, and they always ask me, why you haven't made it? Like why you not mainstream like some of these guys in the rap game, blah blah. And I'm like, I don't know, bro. Yeah. I really can't answer that. I said because if you give 10 people in the rap game right now, and you match them up with Kenneth brother, you can't just sit here and tell me he can't sit at the table with these boys.
Yeah, and I really don't. There's a lot of shit. I guess I feel like I gotta swallow my pride on, but it's also a lot of shit, like a lot of sucker shit, like niggas that be trying hard to go mainstream doing that I'm just not into. Like, you feel me?
You kind of gotta like get a little commercial a little bit.
Yeah.
You want to stay true to yourself.
You feel me?
Yeah. You know, Jadakiss is one of my favorite rappers all time.
Mine too.
Yeah,
that's crazy how young, like how we different, but me too.
Yeah, that's my like Brendan Norman and all my partners. They can tell you that like I've been a Kiss fan since I was like 8th, 9th grade, bro. And all my partners always be like, man, you be talking about Kiss, man. Kiss ain't major, like he ain't big like Hov and all of it. And I'm like, and I remember Kiss doing an interview. I think it was on Sweet in the morning. If it wasn't with Sweet, I think it might have been with Angie Martinez. And I remember him saying he felt like he shouldn't have to kiss nobody's ass and do all some of the things that you have to do in the industry to get mainstream like a Jay-Z or Wayne or whatever like that. He said he never wanted to be a sellout. Right. Nah, you know, I'm not in the rap game. I don't know exactly what does that look like.
Shit, and that's,
you know,
I'm not all the way in it, but it's glimpses. Like there's a lot of glimpses of like shit niggas do like before, like, you know, whatever make them feel like, you know, whatever, you know what I mean, boundary you cross to where you know, made it. Like it's different versions of niggas. You know what I mean? A lot of niggas say it stay the same, and you know what I mean, but that shit is flawed. Like, there's a lot of shit that I just couldn't live with more.
Right,
like,
you can't go to sleep at night.
You know what I mean? To do, you know what I mean, for what?
Right.
A lot of people that, you know what I mean, know me, like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really into that shit. Go pop the authentic way. So when I blew it, you know what I mean, everybody know that shit was 100 and I ain't do no sucker shit to get it.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. Do you have any relationships with any athletes, you know, that might be in the league or as in college and that you know, like really rocking with your music?
Yeah. I'll be all day naming them, and I swear I don't want to miss nobody.
Right.
Majority of that LSU team, man.
Yo, no doubt.
Christian, Grant, Jets, Jamal.
I seen Grant Delbert on St. Charles for
yeah.
Mardi Gras.
Damn, you got Ojulari that went to Georgia. Damn, I don't want to miss nobody. My dog Tre'Davious White. Clyde, Darryl,
it's a lot.
I really don't want to miss nobody, and there's a lot that I met. Like, I guess they must have got on it through something that just reached out, like, your shit tough, and that I'd be out there. But that, like I said, is a lot. We were just mentioning this off camera, but there's a lot of shit that just let me know, like, don't stop. Like, you got plenty of reasons, and not to mention, like, being on ESPN, being on BET.
I was just about to bring that up.
I'm doing all this fully independent, brother. Like, you got people really locked on labels, you know what I mean? Put on shelf, like, ain't even do half of that yet, and y'all, like, supposedly big. Like, y'all, you know what I mean?
I hear a lot of pros and cons when it comes to signing with a label. What's your response to that?
Shit, I'm big on, like I said, my whole time doing this, I've been hands-on with it, uploading my music, uploading the lyrics. And as far as, like, giving up, like, your masters, like, I could never see me doing that. Like,
so when you say give up your masters,
you don't own that song no more. Like,
okay,
all right, they'll probably give you, from my knowledge, they'll give you a certain amount of money or whatever.
So they can own the rights.
So they can own the rights. So some, like how CBS and ESPN, how I just mentioned, those companies had to come to me. They wanted to license this song. They wanted to license this.
Right.
They had to come to me. You know what I'm saying? Rather than if it was a label, I wouldn't have even been in contact with them.
Right.
I wouldn't even know what the final numbers was, how many songs they really paid for.
Because they can really tell you anything.
Just give you some bread.
And shut you up.
You feel me?
Man, here's 20K.
Yes.
Look, now we on the right
road.
road.
Just got 4-5 million.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what, you know what I mean? I own the masters of this song. When they come check, do you own the masters? You own 100% of the song? That's the type of question they ask them in the emails and shit. Like, and I just, like, actually getting a chance to experience that with songs like Gritty, shout out Gritty and shit, like songs like that. Really showing me, like, okay, like, just keep working. Like, the song that do pop, you own that shit. It's way more bread than rather than you sign it and then you make like 10 hit songs and, like, you sell basically crumbs from it. And I saying it ain't good deal situations out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. But, like, that's one thing I wouldn't see me doing. Like, I guess that'll be a big con for me, is giving up that, touching anything dealing with that master. It had to make sense for sure.
And I know Wayne talked about that with him and Baby.
You feel me? Like
and nobody really knew all that was going on when Wayne, when he was coming up in the game. I'm thinking Wayne, like, owned all this shit.
Like, that's what I'm saying, before we actually got it, like, who would have knew?
Never would have knew till he came, when him and Baby started, like, having a little tension between them, and he kind of started speaking out. I was like, damn, so.
Because he's seeing Baby making this much off my shit. Like, I'm the one.
And you throwing me, like you say, crumbs.
I'm the one putting, I made this song, and all these people love the day, and I
really made cash money.
And I gotta get what you give me. When I should be giving you what I won't give you.
And same thing happened with Tupac and Suge Knight.
Come on,
you know what I mean? And
come to find out, dude ain't on none of his, you feel me? Like, what?
Even from the cars he was riding in, like, he was leasing them cars from Suge Knight.
You feel me? They do something like that just to make you miss the whole bigger picture. Like, we too smart. We smarter than that.
Real talk. So how did it feel? Shout out to my boy Alan Davis, aka The Gritty. How that felt, man, seeing your song being played on ESPN on Sunday morning countdown. You know what I mean? I remember, man, I'm opening my eyes. That's my little routine on Sunday. I'm putting on ESPN to see, talk about the upcoming games for the day, and Justin Jefferson come on there, and I hear your song pop. I'm like, man, Brian, song on ESPN.
That's like you said, just like just having them good relationships, man. With first starting off with Gritty and just believing in him and what he had going on. You know what I'm saying? I told him when we used to be doing the dance to What's the Move and shit. Told him, bro, like you get a dance behind like that'll just really help.
Pop it off.
You know what I mean? Help what you got going on with this shit, and it was kind of a win-win for both of us. You know what I'm saying? That shit. You know what I mean? Justin Jefferson and Jamar, they just pushed it to.
They elevated it.
Yeah, LSU really. And a lot of people across college was doing, but LSU really just took it.
And that's what we were talking about before the show. Timing is everything. The year they elevated the Gritty and your song, they won a national championship.
And you know, as far as from being around, Gritty been out like before. Like Gritty was out like 2-3 years before they even made this shit a thing. Like,
but it's like you say, all it takes for the right person to see.
You feel me? You can't make it up.
You can't make it up. You can't make it up. And it's crazy how you and Gritty, y'all, two former athletes. Like I remember, like a lot of people don't know. Like again, in Homer, people they're not really educated on y'all boys down here in New Orleans. I told him, I said, boy, Allen was a dog at corner. Yeah, he was small. Yeah. I remember going to a camp at Southern. And bro, he was locking up everybody at one-on-ones.
That video is still out.
Yeah, I know. I was.
When he started doing the Gritty after that, that's crazy.
Yeah, bro. It went viral. It went viral. Wow. It went viral, bro. It went viral, bro. That's how me and him got cool. Yeah. Cause he was like, before the camp started, he was like, "G, man, make sure you give me a one-on-one." I said, "Man, I got you. I'm out there on my iPad. I'm out there on my iPad, dog. He locking up and was talking buku trash, buku shit. Sure. You know what I mean? And so, you know, that's when I be telling people like, bro, Kenneth, like Brian was a dog at safety. The boy started at Southern. You know, he just chose to take a different route and go pursue his rap career. Yeah. Like Allen was a dog too. You know what I mean? At corner, don't let his size fool you. You know what I mean?
He chose to, you know what I mean? He ran what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
I remember because he was also about to go to Southern. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he just started traveling, putting that work in behind it, and it really paid off.
It really paid off. Who would have thought of dance?
You feel me?
Man, that shit all on Fortnite.
That's the hustle he put behind it. Like he like Gritty is the best social media handler I know. Like,
yes.
You feel me? Like,
yes.
The best. He knows how to work that social media.
It's all about that content.
Yeah. He big on it, man.
So is it true that rappers want to be like athletes and athletes want to be like rappers? Is that a myth or is that a true statement?
Shit, I was both. I mean, I really had to get a witness in here. People watching, the ones watching, y'all gonna know. Y'all know I ain't start calling myself a rapper. I had like 4 mixtapes. I was telling them, but I ain't a rapper. So.
Right.
They're like, man, you serious?
I'm just venting. I'm just venting.
Like, man, you serious? They like died at 2.
Yeah.
You serious, bro? Like, you got like 4 tapes out them shit smoking right now. You know what I'm saying? You talking about changing the rapper. But that's how I still was like afraid of like letting like, you know, people that wasn't gonna really understand me walking away from football for music, like how they was gonna feel. Like that still was that like
you kind of was worrying about what people was gonna think.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that was big on me. Like I'd say like my 3rd year, like year 3, and that's when I dipped out. It was kind of big, and it was kind of like a battle between myself. Like, man, you know you don't want to. You really just do it like from the meetings to study how. Like I'm just sitting and all that shit. Like I'm really just doing this shit just because I'm spooking all high. You know what I mean? Like you serious right now? Be like, come on, man. You got, you know what I mean? Like it's your life, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just, you know what I mean? The first person I talked to, one of the first people I talked to, Danny Johnson. You know what I mean?
That went to the league, played for the Redskins. Right now. Still in the league, They're doing his thing.
Danny, shout out my dog D. He came in with me. He came in the year I came in. First person, like D. I don't think I want to do it no more, dog. And his reaction, like, gave me all the confirmation I need. Cause he was also like listening to the music and shit. And he knew like the shit.
Shit banging.
Like he had a shot, like you had a shot, like you made it a real shot. Like, you know what I mean? You got a chance. Just, you know, if you go do the shit, go hard and you really do it. That's
all in.
That was his advice to me. But he understood it fully, like, you know what I'm saying? Cause the injury, like everything that, you know, we talked, that wasn't just like a random talk. We talked, he was well aware of everything that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
So him giving me that confirmation and just, you know, I just went down the line just hollering at, you know, people and pulling them in close to me, just letting them know what's coming before the shit actually came. You know what I'm saying?
So if you could go back and do anything differently, what would it be? Throughout this process.
If I could do anything differently, I think it's a good question. I really won't. I would have made the decision a little earlier, honestly.
Come on.
If I could do anything, like realistically do anything different, I would have made it way earlier. And not wasted no time, like, with nothing. Like,
Time is money.
Time is, yes. Like, you know what I mean? Looking back on it now, that's one thing I wish I could have did way early. Like, the moment I felt it, like it shouldn't have been no doubt about it. The moment I felt that, I should have went with that feeling, like, immediately.
Because that was your passion.
You feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I know it was passionate. I'm like, fuck, after the game, we win the game going, you know, I'm shooting in New Orleans because I know I won't go record these 3 songs I wrote.
Itching. Tweaking.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And I know I got a short amount of time to do it because I got to be back at work. I was 5:30 Monday.
Yeah.
So either you about to go enjoy this Saturday night in there, Sunday, and Sunday night, you know you got to hit back. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so just the amount of shit, the amount of sacrifice I was making to stay relevant at the time with music, while on the D1 scholarship, like really like putting not just on scholarship on a team, like I'm
a player.
The fact that like I don't make it to practice anymore, they gonna know be like you not just go blend in and they go like, what the fuck is he?
Yeah.
Like one of them players, like so it was.
And I remember like that 3rd year, you was going to that 3rd year. I seen something that they had you like preseason, like all swag or something like that. And then when the season started, I remember like I don't know who I was talking to, and they was like, "Yeah, Brian, you're not playing football no more." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, killed it the first 2 years.
That's the wildest thing, though. That's the wildest thing. I actually went to one meet. Like I was still so 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I still even after telling like Dan and them like I was so like still like not sure about it and like kind of like
you was torn,
unsure. Like I still went to the first team, like that first spring meet.
Was Odom there? Oh,
yeah,
Pete was gone. All right.
Yeah, Odom still was the coach.
Okay.
And Odom's, I'm gonna get into that story after, but went to the first meeting. Like you know they letting them know. You know, we gonna need y'all this year. They hollered at, you know, returning players and shit. Like, we gonna need y'all leadership this year. Boom, boom, boom. Like, I'm sitting in the meeting. Like, I really went to the meeting, though.
Right.
Like, it was like, after, like, I said it, like, conducted it like I'm still on the team. Like, I'm still coming back. That's how, like, just, like, shook I am. Like, I'm really about to do this shit. Like, but.
What you was looking for, a sign to make you change your mind?
I really don't know. Like I don't know. I guess that's what it was, but I really still went to that meeting, and that was my last time in the field house. Like
damn.
Like I went to that meeting, and that was it. I hollered at Odom's like after the fact, right? Like after I was.
What was that conversation like?
Shit. Like I said, that's what I was about to get into. He actually was happy. Like he was happy for me.
He supported your decision.
He was like, a lot of guys in your shoes wouldn't have, you know what I mean, wouldn't have did that, or wouldn't have, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But he was also aware, like, of the buzz I had, like, in New Orleans. Like, he was aware of, like, what was going on, like, you know what I mean? He knew, like, he just wouldn't know, he don't just play football.
Right.
He way too, doing too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you ain't see me around camp. I mean, if it wasn't dealing with football, during that first freshman football, I was in New Orleans. I was going to the city recording every chance I get. And if I knew I could make it down there, if I was going to be down there a week and we ain't had nothing for football, I was accepting the bookings at the parties and shit. I was taking them. I mean, I was really living two lives.
And that was like fresh off, because that's when you decided to really jump in that world.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just like when you buy a new car. Man, that shit is like, it get addictive.
Yeah.
You know, it get addictive, man. Like, I can see how
how they pulling me to music when they first started. Like, I was excited. That life was crazy, man. Going to be on a fucking 10-hour schedule for football. Sitting like, I was like, my teammates wasn't seeing what I was seeing all weekend. Like,
hard at one place, mine in another.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And in year 3, that's when they finally merged. And like,
Real talk.
It was all fun and games at the beginning. It was manageable. And I was
Talk about your little brother, man, Aaron Anderson. My dude, man. I remember when Aaron first got the call, his 9th grade year, his first varsity game, he ran the opening kickoff back against Landry Walker. And I knew then he was special. And I knew he was going to be the next big thing to come out of Carr. You know, from getting number 2 at Carr, you know, that's a big thing. To being a 5-star, to being the number 1 player in the state of Louisiana his senior year, signed with Alabama. Talk about that experience, man, and seeing your little brother go through that process and you know, how happy you are for him. And you know, some advice you've been giving him through the way, because you done had your ups and downs too, even though y'all in 2 different lanes.
Yeah, for sure. Way different lanes, like especially with his football experience. Like I say, I played with great players. Like he would be one of them great players. You know what I'm saying? So definitely proud of bro, you know what I'm saying? Like the work, you know what I mean, the work he put in to get where he at, you know what I mean? And just he always been like a hard working kid, especially with football. Like he just had a different love for the game of football since like young, as far as I can remember. But definitely proud of him, man. And when it comes to advice, like, you know how Carr is. There ain't really much I really gotta tell him for us on the football side. You know what I mean? It's really off the field, and you know what I mean, growing up where we growing up at. I mean, growing up in New Orleans, that'd be my only advice and the only thing I'd be trying to be constructive with him on. Like I said, it's never football. Like, right. I mean, never.
Because you know football gonna take care of itself.
You feel me? Like you got what I can tell you don't know out there. Like you feel me? Like you know what you're doing out there, but do you really know what you're doing out here? Like, you know what I mean? Like from shit you probably wouldn't even expect from people that you think, you know what I mean, with you. Like you said, I done had my ups and downs. We done seen a lot, you know what I'm saying, growing up. So
people close to you dying.
You know what I mean? People close to you dying, people close to you trying to kill you, you know what I'm saying? So
people going to jail.
Hey, we done seen it all, so all I could do is try to prevent, you know what I mean, any situation I have been in or anybody close to me that I've witnessed. Like if I could prevent that, I mean, that's the only knowledge I be trying to drop on you, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's watching who you hang with, you know what I mean, knowing anybody can get you caught up in anything. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's going to jail, getting shot, you running with somebody won't kill, you running with somebody the police won't, whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying?
Decisions.
You got a lot to lose. You got way more to lose than anybody you hang 9 times out of 10, anybody you run with right now. Like the situation you in, 9 times out of 10, all the people that's you got way more to lose than all of them. If you not walking around LSU, with your teammates, if it ain't, just outside of that, you coming back to the city and shit, you got more to lose than anybody you running with. Like I guarantee you. So you need to make sure, you know what I mean, they understand what you got to lose and understand. Y'all gotta understand it. Like, don't put me in those situations to fuck up what I got going on.
You get jammed up.
Like, you ain't grown enough to have those kind of conversations with them. Who it is.
When he was coming up, did you expect him to be where he's at today? Like when you watched him in park ball coming up, did you ever say to yourself, man, Aaron gonna be like that when he's in high school. He gonna go play big Power 5 football.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. It was at Norman.
Norman Park?
Yeah, Norman Park. Yeah, that was the park he was playing before Carr, right? I had to double check that with Bryce, but yeah, Bryson used to be going to the games. I believe that was Norman he was playing for, but yeah, it was a couple plays, a couple shits he did at Norman. Like, okay,
that's different.
I think he was good. But Bryce confirmed it for me though. Bryce confirmed it though, and I know Bryce coach hard and shit. So Bryce, like, say like, you know what I mean? Because I asked him like, so Bryce, he know football.
He ain't gonna stamp no anybody.
Not even just Bryce, like, you know what I mean, Bryce, Jared, no. Like, you know what I mean, I just be asking, because, you know, practice, you see, practice and games different. Like, if I'm not at every practice, you really see shit at practice.
Yeah.
That's what I tell people all the time about Speedy. Like, y'all know, like, what y'all saw probably at Birmingham or some shit, to really know players, to really watch them practice. Like, so
bro,
I saw some shit, like,
not to cut you off, but I remember I was at a practice. This was at the old car. And him and Jawan Alfred was going at it. Dog, they was doing one-on-ones, dog, and they must have went like, bro, they must have went about 8 times. They kept, so Speedy, you know, he kept beating him, he kept beating him.
Back down.
Yeah, and Jawan, they won't back down. Man, so I think Jawan must have won one of the reps. Speedy like, they line up again. Man, Speedy hit him with like a post, but he stuck that leg in the ground, and Jawan like legs kind of buckled. Speedy caught the like high pointed it, and then he windmilled the goalpost. Dog, he was so high. I was like,
the dome was more impressive.
The dog, they threw the freak.
Yeah, nah, rush. Hey, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of boys. So the practice, you really see people.
Then he's a line up at corner. That's what a lot. Line up at corner and lock up. I used to be like, bro, this dude.
Dude, the athlete, nah, for sure. Like, that's what I'm saying. And try to kind of, you know what I mean, try to turn it, just like I said, that would make me, as a big brother, you know what I mean, you know, you got something just like what you played, you know, you went.
You saw that.
You saw the whole speed firsthand. When I say firsthand.
Number 1 athlete in the country.
Listen, I saw it firsthand, dog, so I'm, you know, I was almost kind of glad I, you know, got to witness that story too, even be able to reflect and be able to guide my little brother to, you know, avoid some shit like that, because you damn near the same, if not better, you know, better player, like y'all doing the same shit, you know what I mean? So just avoid those mistakes, you know what I'm saying?
When he decided to sign with Alabama, like how you felt about that?
I ain't gonna lie, I was when he signed with LSU, I was hyped, you know what I mean? I think I was hyped regardless. That's just how happy I am for him, and I'm kind of gonna support whatever it is. It could have been Delgado, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? So when he signed to LSU, I was hyped. You know, just off the strength. I was in BR. I got, you know, relation with a lot of LSU players and shit. So you know what I mean? It was just like, okay, you know what I mean? My dog next up over there in that boot, you know what I'm saying? So when all the, you know, the coaching and shit started going on, you know what I mean? He started explaining how he feel about that. You know, I also understood. I also understood that too. You know what I mean? And was not to understand about going to Bama. Like, you know what I mean? So his decision with that to decommit and go to Bama, you know, I was ecstatic about that also. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was gonna be happy anyway, but that move, you know what I mean? I know he was gonna get great coaching and shit, but basically the same shit over there at LSU. You're gonna get the best. You're gonna be playing against the best, practicing against the best. You know?
No doubt. Man, talk about your mama, man, Miss Bridget. You know, having 2 super talented sons like that, how is that for her to see 2 of her sons, one of them is super talented in the rap game and on the brink of being big time. And then another son who's super talented at football and he's on the brink of being big time. Like, how has your mama dealt with that over these last, 6, 7, 8 years?
She, you know what I mean? She up and down with it. She definitely, it's definitely new to her, especially all the, the shit Aaron gonna do. You know what I mean? It's definitely new to her, and she'll still adjust to it, but it definitely should feel good for her, and that's kind of extra motivation for me and Aaron. You know what I mean? To never, never stop, but never get off pace of what we got going on because of the, not even expectations, but the faith and how much you believe in us and support everything we do. Like, what I mean, since Ben, like, I don't think Bridge missed a game. Like, I mean, like, since Ben, my mom way since I was playing, like, in the crowd, same energy. You know what I mean? So
hella energy.
Yeah, so you know what I mean? Just that's just like I said, that's just extra fuel for us, and trying to get her out, the struggle, because like, she single parented up, like she raised these kids on her own, you know what I'm saying? So for her to, put these products in the world, we just trying to really, go that way to You know what I mean? Switch positions with her.
No doubt.
For her, you know
no doubt. Man, talk about that living in New Orleans, because I know home is a little different in New Orleans, but I grew up in a single parent household, and man, it's just different now having that male father figure in the house on a daily basis to just hold you accountable. My mama did a great job raising me, but it's just some things you need a man for to show you the ropes as you go through this thing called life.
Yeah.
You know, how was that, man, growing up in the city of New Orleans, in the area you from, you know, without having that male figure in the house on a regular basis with you and your brothers?
Yeah, people think I be like, you know, overdoing it because, you know, we want to call, and you know, us call people rogue, you know what I mean? We basically everything we touch with, it all really starts from that. And that's like the main thing with the no father figure shit in the city. That was big for me, especially at those ages in our life, 15, 16, 17. With those, like that coaching staff, it was more than a coaching staff, dog. Like it was more like they showed us, like, you know what I mean? They had kids also. Yeah, don't get me wrong, they had kids too, but that never, like, you know what I mean, took away from them treating us as if they, you know, they own, like, you know what I mean? They showed us shit. Not saying everybody on the team ain't had both parents at the crib, but the people who didn't, like, speaking for myself, like the people who didn't have to, they appreciated the shit they was doing much more, whether it was getting us something to eat, bringing us to the crib, bringing us, you know what I mean?
Showing you that they care.
Yeah, but I was just about to say, not even the material shit, the conversations, like the expectations, you know what I mean? Showing us how disappointed they really is if we do some fucked up, you know what I mean? Like, it was almost like, I can't let these niggas down, like, you know what I mean? And they held it, and it was all good shit, like, they not gonna have you out here doing dumb shit. Like, getting mad that you know, did some shit you was supposed to be there. Never give it, and they rewarded you for doing those right things, on and off the field. So that shit just played right, and they showed us right from wrong, you know what I mean? Shit we thought was right, that was wrong, like, they corrected that shit instantly, you know what I mean? In a good way, a way where we understand, like, no, I can't fuck with that shit.
No doubt. Man, what's next for KB, man? Man, I'm tweaking. I'm tweaking for another project, man, to lead me on into the summer, man. I need something to bump in the summertime, man, when I'm on vacation, when I'm doing my thing, man. What's up? What we got next?
Next, we're going, it's crazy. Second to none, you know what I'm saying? I think that's and it's second to none for multiple reasons. I ain't go to car. That ain't our motto, second to none, man. That ain't our motto. But yeah, second to none, man. I just feel like I'm second to nobody. I mean, that's the mindset I'm in right now, working on these last couple projects, you know what I mean? Feeling how I'm feeling with ISO, but just a little more intense and probably a little more fun to it, but definitely just showing, like, still portraying, like you said, like you put 10 other rappers up against KB, you can't say he can't be doing the same shit, you know what I mean?
It's all about opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna just keep displaying like nobody fucking with me, you know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
With the, you know what I'm saying? Second to none.
No doubt. You know I'm definitely rocking with you.
You already know.
As we get ready to close the podcast, man, we gotta do KB's favorite. Here we go.
Okay.
Favorite rapper of all time.
Wayne. Yeah, Wayne will forever be my favorite. Like I said, Drake inspiration. I feel like Drake right under him, but Wayne will be my number one. I may be biased.
Yeah, of course. You gotta be a little biased. He's from the crib.
Yeah, Wayne. Wayne.
You ever met Wayne before?
I didn't. Really hope. Yeah, I mean, really hope so.
Yeah. Real talk.
Right.
Speaking into existence.
He's fucking right.
Favorite sneaker of all time?
Jordan 1.
The ones?
Yeah,
gotcha.
Jordan 1.
Okay. Favorite NFL player of all time?
Ooh, Ed Reed.
Okay. Favorite NBA player of all time?
Ray Allen. Yeah, that's crazy. A lot of people, if you know I'm a big Ray Allen fan.
Right.
He retired. It was KD, but Ray Allen, my man.
Favorite movie of all time?
That's tough. My favorite movie as a kid, like right now.
Kid, right now?
Kid, I got the Toy Story.
Come on, man. Woody, man.
Yeah,
Come on. All right. Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
All right. Bet. All right. Favorite coach of all time, whether it's middle school, high school, college, it don't matter.
Favorite coach.
That just made like a super impact on you.
Jared
Jones?
Yeah, Jared Jones. Like, for his real impact, like, yeah, Jared.
No doubt.
Yeah, Jared showed me some shit, like, for his peripheral and just certain, you know what I mean, ways to get to the ball quicker than, you know what I mean? I wasn't a fast nigga, but like
play with good angles, though.
You feel me? Yeah, so, yeah, a lot of shit Jared put in play out there that stuck even in college. Like, I ain't really learned too much when I got to college.
All right.
I really just polishing shit I already know for real.
Okay. Toughest player you ever went against, whether it was high school or college? High school or college?
High school.
Do you remember what high school you went to? I might be able to help you out a little bit.
The running. Oh man, the running back for no bad Leonard. That's probably like that.
Leonard?
Yeah, Leonard for that for sure. For sure, the best. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and even though he didn't, he never had over 100 yards.
Nah, he didn't. He didn't.
He never had over 100 yards rushing on us, but I ain't gonna lie, that it got me. And on this one play I tagged on with
Was that the game when they was putting him at Wildcat?
I believe it's the game when we came back. We
Stanley Moore was on that team?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right.
It was this one play, we was in man coverage, Lamar,
the linebacker?
Yeah, the linebacker.
He was the Southern too, huh?
Yeah. He came out there, Lamar, left me high and dry. We was in man coverage, then ran a swing route. And he already had a steam. I'm momentum safety, man. Out of that. I'm talking punishment with some hard shit. Yeah, Leonard for sure.
No doubt. My dude KB, man, appreciate you coming on the FanView podcast, dog. We definitely got to do this again in the near future. Look forward to seeing that project dropping a song. I'm gonna be bumping it down there where I'm from and bumping it wherever I go.
Yeah,
I don't know if you ever noticed, but I like before my highlights on my YouTube page, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah. I'm
tapped in,
I
appreciate it.
That shit made me feel good to see people in the comments on YouTube saying, man, what song that is in the beginning? I'm like, man, that's Kenneth, brother. Whatever song, that's Taboo or that's whatever.
What we need, that stuff like that.
And there's people like from Alabama and Florida, like they actually, you know what I mean? So it always feels good to have a helping hand of somebody I see that's super talented like you, dog. And I know that, you're so passionate about your craft, dog. And like we was talking about before the show, it ain't what you go through, it's how you handle it when you're going through it, bro. And sometimes God put us through certain situations, bro, so we could appreciate it more when we do hit our breakthrough. And I know it's only a matter of time before you get your breakthrough, dog. Keep doing what you're doing. God got his hands over you, dog. And I just appreciate you taking the time out your busy schedule to come on the FanView podcast, bro.
Yes, sir. Anytime, bro. Appreciate you for sure.
You know that, man. Make sure y'all share, like, subscribe to the FanView podcast. Make sure y'all like, share to the G-Sportz page, man. This is G-Sportz, man. We signing out.
I already know.